Due to projections in your network, people have become unhinged and totally chaotic. This chaos has been activated alongside your divine feminine activation. You are divine feminine, and people see you as an angel, helping others with no expectations of anything in return. But this has been a suicidal empathy where you put your needs and concerns and interests on the back burner for others. However, you are extremely receptive and nurturing and have allowed everyone to express themselves openly. This is the importance of the freedom of expression. This is allowing you to understand your connection to these individuals and all of creation. Unfortunately, your siren created bonds and contracts without you intending. People became really attached and infatuated with you, and you barely knew them. But these improper attachments have been paternal attachment issues, especially when they receive communications about an important business or personal partnership. When you announced a new opportunity, such as marriage, these people grew ill with an obsession. They were not naturally selected because they were not enough. However, some of your foundational and relational orientation to these people have changed. When you began getting recognized, partners started to betray. This was an envy around your talent, skills, gifts, beauty, looks, and style, and the increase in recognition disillusioned them naturally. People started to make you feel bad for having pleasure, being successful, and wanting to spend time alone. You become the deflection, blame, projection mechanism around why they cannot have an ordered, peaceful, and well put together life. Your partners are burdened by their hardship also. They're extremely burdened by envy around your talent, skills, gifts, beauty, looks, and style. And the more you get recognized, the more unhinged they become. Your partners play a complementary and often well photographed role in your life. Women who have been receiving psychic deaths are fatal omens and have often struggled with insecurities and difficulties in an emotional bond with you. They become uncontrollably envious of your father or strong male influence. These partners shape your safety, self worth, and abilities. They love you unconditionally, especially those who give you lavish gifts and plaster you on commercials. Your intimacy is the center of attention. They are your playmate and encourage you to explore, take risk, and find your independence while acting from a secure base. They uniquely influence your behavior, and it becomes clear that other women do not share the same depth of union and emotional bonds. They're just obsessed with your relationships. They actually become disliked, throw emotional tantrums, or they're simply the result of a narcissistic triangulation, emotional tantrum rooted in a burden that's not real desire or real intimacy, just a burden of envy. They wear your hair, skin, nails, and voice as a deep fake, artificial intelligence projecting your beauty and brains. Their confidence and cognition declines over time, draining themselves and you in a futile effort because they are never offered a secure base like marriage, motherhood, or some other security and keepsake. They make it clear that they chose you. They are just a shadow attachment struggling in the catacombs for desperate, cold, detached, and not honored relations and situationships. Your partners find you to be an angel and irresistible. They allow you to keep them inside your pocket. Your security with them lets you know that you won't ever be alone. They become obsessed with your home and how you have so much pleasure. They harm themselves with comparisons and chronic complaining, yet they never receive an offer. Much of this is a scarcity trauma or epigenetic trauma. They never have enough and they are never prepared, and somehow it becomes your responsibility in an unruly chaos with people you barely know. You can't even receive your gifts and show gratitude because you earned them. And it's burdened by some unmerited bigot throwing a tantrum. It's so unfair that they keep projecting and deflecting responsibility of their own life. You are burdened by their grief as you receive your high honors, and it puts a damper on the celebration of your achievements. They make excuses about high school education, your beauty, or some other advantageous traits that gets you naturally selected for opportunities. Your amazing abundance and prosperity becomes a big burden and often makes your partners turn on you because you become isolated as an outlier or a rarity. Your sweet allure cannot be compared to. This is why so many people hate you. These shallow projections of your image fall short, and the subliminals are inferior and barely reach you. You make people's world spin, and it's very overwhelming. You being received by people is overwhelming for you because they are always taken aback. Even strangers have visceral reactions to your obvious abundance. Your beauty radiates the frequency of wealth and makes them feel very emotionally insecure. They're really bums. They're not in a lap of luxury. They work night and day to look cheap, manufactured with a deep fake technology that reflect their mental illness. If you are a siren, you probably have exceptional capabilities and special gifts. People who project your image are very jealous of your advanced and wizard like capabilities. It makes them feel mediocre, ordinary, and not smart. You will struggle with guilt for being so gifted. It may even lead to a lot of loneliness because these capabilities are so rare and set you distinctly apart. You are not ghetto, you are not found in the trap, and you're not superficial. You are highly merited and set distinctly apart. Some of these women have become hypnotized by a reflection of themselves as a projection of you and have altered reality to cope with the fact that they're simply a deviant in variety that was not selected or preferred. Their intoxication with their own reflection of you is a mirroring of your image, and they cannot accept that this is not something that they created, which means that they have no security. Your abilities outlying society may have made you a target for harassment and bullying. This is unfortunate, and when we get to the heart of the matter, it was a group of people abusing authority and struggling for dominance because they were jealous of your gifts, capabilities that set you distinctly apart. Because you are very different than the rest, you are seen as a dangerous temptation, forbidden, or they know that you will create many endings in their life. However, despite the risk, people are irresistibly drawn to you. Sirens are commonly singers or people with a prominent voice in society. You have a cadence and articulation that cause people to take a journey with you, whether you like it or not. It's all press. Some of these partners grow irresponsible, and you grow dry and deadened as the fight that they resist is so burdensome. Just answer the call. That's not even an option at this point, and rendering them an ordinary and conventional problem that could not impress makes them a loser at life. The siren laughs at these conventions and constraints, but this bullying has taken up an illegitimacy in the government or have created a stressful problem at court. This bullying could be triggering some of your deepest core childhood woundings, but anchored to the belief that this is a mental illness and bullying at the heart of the matter is envy. You could be a victim of identity theft, bullying, or some other kind of fraud. As a siren, you have a strong spiritual conviction, or you may have a lot of trauma that have altered your perception. You do not live on the superficial surface like most of these people. You are being called to live life more on the surface, such that you thoroughly debunk something superficial but surprisingly burdensome. Much of this fraud and bullying happened when you were a child, but now you are matured, have been put on the pathway to learning and forgiving, and you are untouchable now because of the security. Let them know who the true divine feminine is. Determine which level of the courts that you need to partake in. Some courts deal with constitutional law, like the Supreme Court. Due to an obsession with your body and possessions, nobody will ever make you feel bad about your physical appearance again. This is the vengeance and alchemy from a body typing while you have still been mastering yourself and defending your potential. This matter involves a warrantless surveillance, the use of foreign intel tools, and a targeting of political figures and activists. This illegitimate social program could be a foreign entity power spying, terrorizing, and secretly alleged to a foreign government. FISA, the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act of 1978, during all of the Watergate scandals, is all about the collection of foreign intelligence information and surveillance powers to protect the civil liberties. Traditional FISA includes physical searches, trap and trace devices, electronic surveillance, and may involve an aggregate national security concern. This plays a big role in you becoming a political patroness of power. Section 702 allows our government to target non-US persons with probable cause. This is a discord with a telecom like Google or AT&T. These international organizations have no integrity and ethics. They breach security and communications in an attempt to collect personal data. This is concerning if you are a prominent figure in society. You need to learn about encryption. They could be compelled to provide communications, but will be inevitably disillusioned as a targeting program that is illegitimate. The use of your collected personal data in a warrantless search has led to major harm and sorrow. There are critics in a discord about your constitutional rights and your personal liberty, but they will not be able to deny and defend this attack on your body and possessions as an underlying obsession mental illness. Someone couldn't get enough of you, and this led to a psychic descent because you did not consent. This is a foe that may even stand your name. They cannot resist you. They're obsessed with everything about you. This is why they stand your name. But this was not a good obsession. It led to an unreasonable search and seizure of your house and property and reveals an obsession or an illegitimate foreign entity. There's a lot of wreckage from a betrayal that is somewhat irrelevant now.